Welcome back to Hashes and Numbers. I'm Thomas. I'm here, with my co-host,
Justin Kim.
and we're back after a little bit of break. Fall camps are going on right now, so we're gonna, go through some camps, go through some team previews, as we ramp up to the season. We're gonna be going once a week until the season starts, and then we might go twice a week once the season gets rolling. Have some more stuff to talk about. Anything since our last episode you want to talk about before we get into it?
Now let's just get straight into it.
All right, so we're gonna be doing in the next 4 weeks, division previews. So we're gonna start off with the East this week. We're gonna do the North next week, the South the week after that, and we're gonna end off on the West. We're gonna go in both AFC and NFC. We'll start off with the AFC, and the order we'll be going through will be from worst odds to win the division to highest odds, best odds. So with that being said, for example, we're gonna start off with the AFC East. We're gonna start off with the Miami Dolphins. Um, you know, Currently they have plus 4,000 to win their division. Um, I know you did some like research into what their moves were, any big moves, any moves that of note. So why don't you get started there? What do you have for the Dolphins?
Yeah, for key moves, I just said Malik Willis is the only good move that I see from there. I
Hmm.
mean, yeah, that's the key move. Bad move is that they lost Jalen Waddle, and it's just a tank season for them this year.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, the Dolphins actually have the second worst odds to win their division. Um, So, obviously the odds makers don't think the division is going to be going to Miami this year. And I think, in general, they're really building towards 2027 and beyond. I think them and the next team both are kind of looking at that 2027 draft, looking like this is where we can get our future pieces, whether that's Jeremiah Smith, whether that's a quarterback, whether that's something else on defense. I know Miami, they kind of shipped everybody out, got rid of Tua, got rid of both receivers, got rid of a lot of key pieces on defense. New team. I don't think they're really that gonna be that upset if they don't win a lot of games. So, with that being said, we'll look at their over under for wins. So they have Miami at 4.5, the over under there. What are your thoughts? Which way are you leaning?
I'm leaning towards the under probably just because I had like the record being 3-14 with
Hmm.
like their top pick probably in that draft this coming year.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the Dolphins schedule real quick. I'm also leaning under as well. I personally am not a big fan of Malik Willis. I think he's a serviceable guy, but I just think from what he was doing in Green Bay. I just think
Mhm.
that was such a small sample size. I don't know how it's going to project over a long season when you know you can prepare for him, right?
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, they play the NFC division. They play the North, and I think the North, all four teams can and I think will beat the Dolphins, right?
hmm
The AFC division they play, I believe, is also. I think they play the. Do they play the West?
Uh,
Yeah, they play the West, and I
yeah.
think at least three out of four teams are should be beating the Dolphins there.
hmm
Yeah, I like the Dolphins going under here that 4.5. I see them maybe with 3 or 4 wins here, and then just a small thing like how many division. So their over under in division wins right now is um is 1.5. Do you think they get over under that 1.5 division wins?
Yeah, I see under. I think they get swept by the Patriots and the Bills, obviously, just because
Hmm.
they're like a high Super Bowl contender, you could say, at some
Hmm.
point. And then I think the Jets and the Dolphins will split one game potentially over there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do wonder, with the Dolphins, right? Like, do they have one of those weeks where they kind of, when everybody's resting, right? Last week of the season, they do play the Patriots, right? If the Patriots are in the playoffs, they have a locked up spot, right? Do you see the Patriots maybe
Yeah.
not, playing their starters? So I think 1.5 is really interesting. I lean under, but I do think it's definitely possible for them to get two division wins. Um, we'll move on to the next team. The New York Jets have a plus 1900 odds to make the playoffs. Or not make the playoffs, sorry, to win the division. Um, with the Jets, what are some moves that you saw them making? How'd you like those moves?
Yeah, I mean, I just said that they had a very good draft overall. Probably one of the best draft this year as a
Hmm.
team. And then they also signed Brees, who was like one of the best or not best, but like top tier running back in my opinion. And then not that much like bad move in my opinion here.
Yeah, they had the second overall pick. Obviously they took David Bailey, and then later in the draft they took Omar Cooper. Overall, pretty good draft. I think this is another team that's looking towards 2027. They actually have multiple picks. They have the Colts pick. I believe they have the Cowboys pick as well. So multiple picks they can really build in 2027 draft. Their over-under is 5.5 in wins. What are your thoughts on this one?
Five. I had exactly five, so I'll take the under. I have five
Okay.
and 12. Yeah.
hmm Um, I think similar to the Dolphins, I think the Jets, they're not really looking at they're not looking at this year as like an improvement year necessarily. I think it's a developmental year. They're gonna take some losses. They play the same divisions. I think the North, every team in the North can beat the Jets as well. And I think every team in the AFC West should beat the Jets as well. I'm also leaning under in this one. Similar to the Dolphins, they have 1.5 division wins. What do you like in this one?
Uh, I'll take the under. Yeah.
hmm
I was
Go
potentially
ahead.
thinking about the over, but I'll probably take the under as well for the Jets.
Yeah, these two, I definitely think the under. The one thing that like could shake this up is like I can see the Jets sweeping the Dolphins in the regular season. Like that's not out of the realm of possibilities to go over that 1.5.
Hmm.
So I do wonder, what the true like outcome is gonna be. I'm less confident in the 1.5 for the Jets. I don't see the Dolphins sweeping the Jets, but I can see a world where the Jets sweep the Dolphins during the
Yeah.
season. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I also see.
Um, and now we'll move on to the two teams people actually think will be competing for the division. The Patriots have the second best odds to win the division. And they made some moves in the offseason. They had some drama in the offseason. What are your thoughts on their offseason?
Yeah, I mean, I like the additions of the wide receiver, Romeo Doubs to start it off, then AJ Brown to, you know, fighting light stuff. And then they also brought a ball hawk Kevin Byard, which I also like.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, the Patriots, coming off that Super Bowl defeat, they kind of they brought in some weapons for Drake May. Drake May coming in second for MVP. He's gonna have a lot more weapons. And their over and under, coming off that is 10.5. So what are your thoughts on that one? It's a higher, significantly higher line.
I'll probably take the over. Well, you said 10.5, right?
10.5, yeah. So do you see
Yeah,
them
I
getting
mean,
11 wins?
yeah, I have them exactly at 11 wins. I have 11 and 6, so I think it's definitely possible. Yeah.
hmm The big issue, like obviously, it was a big narrative last year, but the schedule last year was way easier, right? They had the worst place schedule last year. Now they're playing the first place schedule.
Hmm.
I definitely think playing the North is way harder than playing the South last year, right? Um, I am concerned. I think I'm leaning under here as well, going three straight unders to start us off. I'm not a big fan of the schedule here. I can definitely see them going, 11 wins, 12 wins, but the North is tough, right? Every team in the North in the NFC North is looking to compete this year, right?
Hmm.
You got to get at least two wins there, right? I mean, two losses there, coupled with possibly a split against Buffalo, right? You're gonna face the AFC West. I just see a lot more losses piling up, and I can see like if they go on a cold stretch, right? They got a little stretch where they got the Packers, Lions, Chargers, Bills, right? Vikings. So you're playing all the North teams, and then you're playing the Bills in there with the Chargers. Like
Yeah.
there's a stretch late, late to mid November to early December where like you can definitely see them rattling off three losses there, and like who knows, a bad loss here, bad loss there, right?
Hmm.
And there goes the 10 wins. I would lean under, but I can definitely see them going over here. And then we'll talk about in division here. The Patriots have 4.5 division wins. What are your thoughts there?
A 4.5. I'll probably take the over, I don't think I think they sweep the Dolphins and the Jets, like what I've
hmm
mentioned. And
hmm
then the Bills, I see them splitting.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll probably take the over, to be honest.
So, yeah, I'm less confident about the Patriots 4.5 here. Uh, it's tough with division wins because they have like the last week of the season they play in division, right?
Mhm.
So you never know like if they have a spot locked up, they might rest and then like you don't win the division game against the Dolphins. So I don't know. I'd probably lean over here as well. I do think this is a two team race in the division. Um,
Yeah.
so we'll talk about the other team, Buffalo Bills. They have the best odds to win the division. They're actually favored to win this division, minus 136. They're one of two teams actually to have a minus odds to win the division. So, are you with the odds makers? Do you think this is a lock? And like, how do you like this Bills defense or not Bills offseason?
Yeah, I mean, well, we'll start off with the offseason. I said key moves is DJ Moore just because, DJ Moore came up for the Bears when needed. Caleb Williams to Josh Allen is, you know, DJ Moore is gonna have fun with his quarterback, and I think that'll be a good move from there. But bad move, I said, is they lost some key defense player, in my opinion. And I also have to pay. Actually, can I say their record right now?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll
Yeah,
pull up their over under real quick. Their over under for the Bills is hold on one second. The Bills over under is also 10 and a half.
yeah. I also had them going over. I had them also finishing 11-6. So yeah,
Hmm. I definitely
yeah,
have the Bills going over as well. My one concern you kind of mentioned is their defense. Josh Allen's had pretty good defenses in the past, but this year, it's been like a talk of training camp. Like the defense isn't as great, so we'll see about that. I have them going over their line, and then I also have them going over their division wins line at 4.5. I'm assuming you agree there.
yeah. I agree there.
Hmm. So throughout these previews, we're gonna be doing a little thing where we're gonna be predicting the division winners. And we're going to be using the odds as well to determine that because obviously, if you pick the Dolphins to win the division and they actually win the division, it should be much more rewarding than picking the Bills to win the division and then winning, right? So
Hmm.
we'll start off with the AFC East. Give me your division winner and why.
I think, ultimately the Bills are gonna win the division, even though at the same record. The reason why I think this is probably just because, okay, so well, like what you said, Dolphins and Jets, they're not gonna compete for this. Well, like most people know that. So it comes down really to Patriots and the Bills. The Bills, are just gonna be back.
Hmm. I think I'm also taking the Bills as well. And sorry, I think
Yeah, yeah, that's working.
okay. I'm also going with the Bills as well because I think them playing that second place schedule. Um, instead of getting the um, sorry, instead of getting, the the North and then like a tougher team, I think they get the easier team in the hold on, where is it? They get the Jaguars, right?
Hmm.
Um, for the Patriots, sorry, the Patriots get the Jaguars, and then they also have to play their NFC team they play is the Steelers for the North, and then they have Packers, Lions, Vikings. Who's their AFC? Oh, they play the Seahawks, right? For the West. I
The
think,
Patriots?
yeah, the Patriots do.
Yeah, 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 yeah. They play the
I
Seahawks.
think the Bills, they have to face the Rams, right? But I think facing the Ravens is much, much better. And then um, not having to go against, as tough a competition. I think the Bills definitely, I think they squeak out one more win compared to the Patriots. And I think they take the division. So we're both going with the favorite, the minus 136 odds there. Now,
Hmm.
we move on to a division that's, less clear cut in my opinion. The NFC East. So we'll start off with the New York Giants at plus 600 odds to win the division. What are your thoughts on their offseason? Having a new coach and everything.
Yeah, I like the signing of the new coach. I love their offseason, in fact. I like the wide receiver addings that they had. I like that they brought in Isaiah Likely, and they just brought a lot of defense adding. Like Sherman Edmonds and stuff. And I for bad moves, I just didn't say anything just because they had like a nearly perfect offseason. Yeah.
Hmm. I'm a big fan of their offseason getting John Harbaugh, and I'm also a big fan of like the development that's going to happen this year. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs, but I can see them making a big jump, especially with all the moves they made with Jackson Dart getting a full offseason, Cam Scatteroo hopefully being healthy, right, coming off that leg injury. I like the Giants this year. I definitely think, they have a chance to go over their over-under line, which is listed right now at 7.5. Um,
Mm.
I think they can get 8 wins. I don't know if they make the playoffs, but I do think 8 wins is in the realm of possibilities.
Yeah, I mean, I had the Giants finishing like 9-8 around,
Hmm.
but not making the playoff. Yeah.
Yeah, and then this is a fun one. Within the division, they have the Giants at 2.5 divisional wins. What are your thoughts on this one?
2.5.
Hmm.
I take the under to be honest here. I
The
think they get
under
swept by the yeah 2.5. Yeah, they get swept by the Eagles, and then 2.5. That means that they had two and two games, right? I
to
sh
stay under, yeah, they have to win 2 games or one.
well, if they won three games. That means that I
It
sh
goes over.
well, I don't think they're beating. Yeah, I don't think the Giants are gonna sweep the Commanders or the Cowboys, meaning they'll likely split or lose all. And that's like two games at best, in my opinion.
I'm going over here. I think they can split against every one of the teams in the division. I can even see them maybe sweeping Washington, depending on how Washington's playing. But I'm predicting a split for all three of the division opponents. I think they can get to 3 wins there.
Hmm. Let's see.
You don't see them splitting against everybody?
I don't know. I just I just don't think they're gonna sweep or beat the Eagles this year for some reason.
I mean, what last year they how many wins they have? Or how many division wins they had? Last year they had a divisional
Three?
record of, let's see. Did they have 3 divisional wins?
I don't know. Let me check.
Um, they had I'm pulling it up right now. Okay, I see it now. They had two divisional wins last year.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they jump up. I think they can get 3. We'll move on to the next team, the Washington Commanders at plus 460 to win the division. What are your thoughts on their offseason?
I just said that I like it was like kind of a boring off season for the Commanders in my opinion, but they brought in like some good alignment, I guess, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Hmm.
Nothing too special for this off season for them.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with their offense, especially like Terry's Terry. He's a good receiver, great receiver. But outside of him, there's really not much like to lean on. And then the running back core, right? It's not great. They brought in Rashad White. Um, I don't know if I like this offense. So that brings me to their over/under. Um, the odds makers have Washington at 7.5. I don't like this number. I think they go under this. I just don't like their offense right now. It just doesn't move me right now. And they could make a move, bring in Diggs or somebody in free agency, but I'm not a big fan. What are your thoughts?
I mean, Jaden Daniels is Jaden Daniels. I think he'll be good this season, which I kind of lean on him for this record. I had them going 10-7, so I had them going over. But I definitely see the point where you said, that they don't have that much wide receiver and that much like running back wise. They have to trust like JCM and Rashad White for
Hmm.
it. So I see the point you're saying, but we'll
Yeah,
see.
so their division win line is 2.5. What are your thoughts on this one?
I, I think it goes over. I I think it's under to be honest. Yeah, I can see the under.
Yeah, I'm leaning heavy under here. I don't know. I just don't think they have the ability to split against everybody. I think the Eagles or the Cowboys could sweep them. And I think they split against the Giants instead of sweep.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna take the under 2.5 there.
Yeah.
Now we got the Dallas Cowboys. They're plus 235 to win the division. Um, I'll let you go first on this one because I got some thoughts.
For the key moves,
Yeah, for just like their
yeah,
offseason.
I like how the Cowboys, their weakness was defense, and they really showed out by adding a bunch of defense players this offseason. They brought in like PJ Luck from the Broncos. They brought in like Kobe Durant, right?
Hmm.
Cornerback. They brought in like D Winner, who's also solid in my opinion. And the bad move, I guess I said was they just free agent tagged Pickens instead of signing him to a deal, which it's not like really a bad move, but yeah.
Yeah, this is what I'll say. I think the Cowboys in this division got better, right? Obviously on defense and stuff.
Hmm.
I think they got better relative to like where they were last year compared to any other team in the division, right?
Yeah.
Um, we talk about Washington. Washington didn't really add too much, and then the Giants added a lot, but they were already at the bottom of the division. The Giants, or not Giants, the Cowboys got better, and they were already, in that division. They were second.
Hmm.
I'll talk about it a little later, but I'm really high on this Cowboys team. They're over under, obviously. I'm obviously going over on their over under. Right now it's listed at 9.5. I'm hitting the over on this one. Um, they bring back George Pickens. You mentioned that they didn't sign to a long-term deal.
Hmm.
In 2027, 2028, yeah, I'm gonna be worried about, are they gonna be able to keep George Pickens? But going into this season, there haven't been any holdouts. Like Pickens is practicing, Pickens is coming in as if he's not gonna have any issues with it. Well, if Dak can stay
Yeah.
healthy, if CD can stay healthy, if uh Pickens can stay healthy, this offense is amazing. It's just gonna be that
Yeah, for
defense.
sure.
And they bring in Quinton Williams from last year. They make the moves on defense, as you said. I think this is a team that really takes a jump this year.
Yeah, I mean, I them like doubling their win as well. I them finishing 11-6, which is
Mhm.
which is like I think it'll be around that range. So I have them going over. I like their
Yeah.
defense adding. Yeah.
And now we would go to the division wins, 3.5. I'm hammering the over on this. I don't know why the odds are so low on that 3.5, but I'm taking the over on this. I
Three and a
think
half.
3.5.
I'm taking the under.
So you think what? You think they split against everybody?
Yeah.
I think they can sweep the Commanders. I think they definitely take one against the Eagles, and I think they take one
I
against the
mean,
Giants.
could see a road where Cowboys can't beat the or they get swept by the Eagles, but if not, I think they just split all like Commanders, Eagles, and Giants.
Hmm. Okay.
Oh.
We'll move on to the Eagles then, and then we can have a discussion. The Eagles, they obviously have the highest odds. Go ahead and speak on their offseason.
Yeah, they brought in some wide receiver just because, AJ Brown was a departure. I like how they signed AJ Espana, Greenard, and my favorite move was probably Rick Woolen on this defense. And then for the bad move, I just said that losing AJ Brown just because, he is one of the best wide receiver when he's on the field, but his attitude is just very terrible. And yeah.
Yeah. I'm worried about this Eagles team. Like, they lose AJ Brown, right? And it's
Hmm.
not that they lost him, it's the way that they lost him. It just seems like every year there's a problem in that locker room, whether it's AJ Brown, whether that's Jalen Hurts, whether it's someone else. This Eagles team always has problems in there. And then they lose Blankenship on defense, right? They bring in Rick Woolen, which I've, historically not been a big fan of his game. I think he's a good player ball tracking wise. but I just think coverage wise, he just gets burnt way too often. Um, and I don't know, how do you replace AJ Brown is my question. He was such a big part of this offense, like game plan wise.
Yeah.
Um, and you bring in you draft Makai Lemon, which he's a fine player, but like within himself, but he plays the same role as your number one receiver, right? You have two now undersized receivers, and in an offense where you want to be physical, can you do that with the current roster construction?
Uh, shoot. What is the Eagles wide receiver core looking like?
It'd be Devontae Smith, Makai Lemon, and then like what, Dontavian Wicks?
Isn't Dontavian Wicks pretty like tall? I'm not sure, Bing.
Is that who you're choosing to replace AJ Brown?
I mean, not replaced, but like, let's see
He's
if we.
6'1".
Shoot, that's not that tall.
AJB's also 6'1", if that makes a difference.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's two players that could like, I don't even know, but I like the Makai Lemon draft, but
He's I like the player. I'm just not a big fan of fit.
I think they'll use Smitty as a deep threat this season.
Right. And like he's been used as a deep threat, but it's like you have two undersized receivers.
Yeah,
Like there's only so like AJ Brown's a deep threat like in terms of jump ball guy. Smitty's a
yeah, jump
speed
ball,
guy. You're
speed,
not if
yeah.
you throw a one-on-one with Smitty, you're not expecting him to come down with it, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and Makai's the exact same thing. Makai, his big knock on like during the draft was like he's too small, right? He's shifty, that's cool. But you have two guys who are supposed to be shifty. Like, there's only so much you can do with like those smaller deep threat guys. There's a reason why, the Xavier Worthies, the
Hold up. Wasn't the Dolphins offense? Let's go Dolphins back then. Wasn't Tyreek Hill? He's small, right?
sure,
Jalen Waddle, isn't he pretty small too? Or
right, and that's why the Dolphins are known Super Bowl winners, right? That's why, that's why we say Tua is such a great quarterback, right? That's why
yeah.
we say, this Dolphins team, man, I want to build an offense just like this Dolphins team.
Okay, but their offense was electric, no?
Sure. I mean, define electric.
Like they were like at some point I swear they were like one of the highest scoring like
The
offense,
Cowboys had how one of the highest scoring offenses last year.
I guess. I don't know.
Like what I'm saying is like, yeah, you can have a good offense. Can you win a Super Bowl with that kind of offense though?
He could know. I mean, shit, if he could score points like that Dolphins team, I think the
But
Eagles.
like Tua's not like Tua's such a better passer than Jalen Hurts is.
Hmm? Uh, I don't know, but like Jalen Hurts, he could run out of pocket more.
But
Like,
when have you ever
it's,
seen Jalen Hurts take dump downs like Tua did? Like that Dolphins team was straight like, 10-yard in and then make let the receivers run crazy, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, the yak
Yeah.
with like Tyreek Hill and like other underneath, and
Is Jalen Hurts doing that?
I mean, shoot, there's a new OC in there, so I maybe potentially.
I mean, I weigh more than Devontae Smith, right?
Hmm.
And Makai Lemon, let's see what Makai Lemon's dimensions are. Makai is a little bit bigger, he's 5'11", 192, but Devontae Smith's 6 foot 170. Like I weigh 170. And like
Yeah.
there's no way I'm keep like in a consistent manner, right? Jump balls. I'm not coming down with jump balls, right?
Hmm.
Like Tyreek's 5'10", 191. So he has like Makai Lemon has like that Tyreek kind of, like build.
Build.
Obviously not the same game. Like Tyreek's such a better deep threat guy than Makai is, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But you look at Jalen Waddle, right? And if you want to compare him to
Hmm.
Smitty, like Jalen Waddle's 5'10", 185. Devontae Smith's 6 foot
Yeah.
170, right? And you're not telling me either one to have jump balls. That brings me just to say, like, the Eagles, their line right now is 10 and a half. I'm
Ten
not
and a
ready to
half.
say, yeah, I'm not ready to say under 10 and a half. Okay? But at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
I have a hard time going over that 10 and a half. I just think like If I
I
had to
mean,
pick one, I'm
I think
taking.
they smashed that 10.5 though.
Okay, so we'll go game by game then, just because I'm interested to see
I will
what your
go
thoughts
I
are.
will go game by game. Okay.
Okay,
Okay, let's go. Let's go game by game.
okay. So the way I do it though, okay, I don't just say win or
Okay.
loss. If it's a lock, I give them the win. If it's an iffy, I give them half a win. Okay.
Have half a win.
Yeah. So if I think it
Okay,
can go
okay,
either way, I
okay,
go half a win, and
okay.
then if it's a lock of a
Yes,
loss,
yes.
yeah. So
Yeah, I
we'll
see your
start
point.
off
Okay.
with the Commanders. I'm giving that a lock,
W.
a win.
Yeah. W.
Titans win.
W.
Bears.
L.
Okay. Rams.
50-50.
So the
50-50.
Bears are an L, but the Rams are not 50. Like the Rams
No, 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 no,
have
no, no,
the
no, 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 no,
MVP,
no. Whoa, whoa,
the
whoa,
defensive
whoa,
player of
whoa.
the
Chill, chill,
year.
chill. I think Bears and Rams are 50-50. Yeah.
I will give you the Bears 50-50, but I'm not giving the Rams like the we're talking about the Rams. Like they have
Yeah.
the MVP.
Yeah, the
Arguably, you could
MVP,
say
the
like
MVP.
the offensive player of the year favorite,
Puka, yeah.
the defensive player of the year who just broke the sacks record,
Miles Garrett, yeah.
and they're getting Aaron Donald back, and
No,
they're
whoa,
building.
whoa, 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 whoa. Who says they're getting Aaron Donald back? Whoa,
It's
whoa, whoa.
come out.
Let's chill there.
He's already in the building. Have you look at Sean McVay's things? He's like, oh, well, he's working out in the building to see if he's ready. Like, you're not coming back from
Aaron
the.
Donald's coming back?
Yes,
No way.
you bring in Trent McDuffie and who was the other one? Jalen Watson, right?
Yeah. Dude, they are bringing back. What the heck?
Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean this is a 50-50? This is a loss, in my opinion.
I
As much of a loss as you can
I
give a
mean,
loss.
shit. I don't know. Okay, whatever. You know.
Okay.
Okay, whatever.
So right now
Whatever.
we're
Yeah.
at 2 wins, 2.5 wins, right? Because you have the Commanders and Titans are the wins. Half of the Bears win, right?
Okay. Yes, yes, yes.
Jaguars, I go half.
Okay, whatever. I said W for the Jaguars. Okay.
You don't agree it's a
Yes.
half?
I okay, I agree, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. The Panthers is a win.
Plus is a London game. That's a London game, right? It's a
The
Europe game,
Jaguars,
whatever.
yeah. Yeah, the Jaguars is a London
Yeah,
game.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll give you
The
that.
Panthers is a win.
Win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's the fourth one. The
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Win.
Okay. I say they split against the Cowboys though. Do you think they sweep the
Okay.
Cowboys?
It's November 26th just on oh shit, it's a Thursday. No, no, no. I think they're sweeping the Cowboys actually.
Are they sweeping the Commanders?
Yes.
Are they sweeping the Giants?
Actually, Commanders.
I just want to know.
Yes.
They went 3-3 in division last year, okay? So we go from 3-3 to what, 6-0, and the
No,
Eagles got worse.
no.
How many division wins do you think they
Let's
get then? Tell me
like
that.
4-5, 4-5, 4-5, reasonably. Four to
So let's
five.
go. Okay, with the five, who are they sweeping? The Giants and
They're
the
sweeping the
Cowboys?
Giant. I could. I'll give you 50-50 on the Cowboys. Yeah,
Okay, so we'll go
one
four
on one.
division wins. 4 division wins.
Yeah, we'll go four. We'll go four.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the floor though. That's the floor though. I'll say that's the floor.
Okay, so we got
Yeah.
Commander.
Yes. Yes.
So we got Titans, half of
Tight.
the Bears, half the Jaguars, right?
Yes.
So that's
Mm-hmm.
two. The Panthers is three,
Yes.
right? Steelers, I'll give you
Mm-hmm.
that. Four.
Yes.
Cardinals is five.
Five. Colts is six.
Colts is six.
I think we lose to the Seahawks.
Okay, I agree. Now Texans and Niners.
Oh, shoot, I said the nine. Oh, shoot.
I
I
went
think it's
50-50
a
on both of them.
okay. Yes.
Okay. So that puts you at 11 wins right there.
That's I think that's the floor though. I think
The
like that's like the
floor.
floor. Yes, I think that's the floor.
So you don't think there's a chance that there's no chance that you lose to both the Texans and the Niners, or both the
Oh,
Bears and the Jaguars?
no.
You don't
I
think
don't think
so?
so. I actually don't think that's happening.
So you think out of
Yes.
the Bears, Jaguars, Texans, and Niners, you think they win at least two there for sure? Like
Yes,
the floor is two.
for sure. For
There's
sure.
no world where
Yes.
Smitty has a hamstring issue, and now you got the
Whoa,
Texans. Now
whoa, whoa, whoa. Now we're just assuming that there's gonna be injury.
there's always injuries. I'm not saying he's out for the season. I'm just saying, Like the Seahawks last year lost to the Buccaneers.
Yeah, they lost to the Bucks. Yeah.
Yeah. In no world where
Hmm.
you would you before the season would you be like, oh my God, like Seahawks, like there's no way the Seahawks lose to the Buccaneers, right?
Hmm.
It's the
I'll give
same
you that.
thing. The Niners, like I can see, I'm picking the Eagles to win, okay?
Okay.
But if at the end of the day the Niners win 27-24, right?
That's
I'm not being
still,
like, there's no
yeah.
way that was gonna happen. Like if the Eagles lose to the Cardinals, I'm like, there's no way. Agreed?
Yeah. Yeah, agreed.
The Texans and the Niners are the same thing. If at the end of the day the Texans win or or the Niners win, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that like last year, the Chargers, right?
Hmm.
I view this Texans team the same way as that Chargers team last year that the Eagles lost to.
Yeah.
Like I would have picked the Eagles to win that game, but at the same time, are you shocked that they lost to the Chargers?
No.
Right. Texans the same thing. I think they beat the Texans. Don't get me wrong there. Okay?
Yeah.
Will I be shocked if the Texans, their defense like stops the Eagles?
No.
Same thing in London with the Jaguars. Would you be shocked if Trevor Lawrence has a great London game because they've been
I
there every
wouldn't.
year?
Nah, I wouldn't be shocked.
Would you be surprised if the Bears, who beat the Eagles last year, Caleb Williams comes out firing and beats them?
No.
So what I'm saying is, yeah, I can say the floor is 9 wins, sure, but I can't put the floor at 11 wins. I can see a world where they lose to the Bears or they lose to the Jaguars and then they lose to the Niners or the
I
Texans.
I I I think the floor is 10, 10, straight up 10.
Sure, I think so
Okay.
too.
Yeah.
I put the floor at 9.
9. I'll put it at 10. Yeah.
9. I put it at 9 because I can see a world where they lose those games. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm also like baking the fact I don't think they go 4-2 in division. I think they go 3-3. I think the Giants are
What?
better
Yeah. Giants are not better. I'll never.
than last year.
Oh, then last year. I thought you were talking about like the
No, not the
Eagles.
Eagles. No,
Okay,
I
okay,
think the
okay,
Giants are
okay.
better than last
Yes.
year,
Yes, agreed, agreed.
and they took a game last year. What do you
Hold
mean?
up.
You can see the schedule literally last
Hold
year.
up. Did they actually?
Yes, the Giants beat the Eagles last year.
Was
The,
that
Gi-
just because like the Eagles like decided to rest everybody?
no,
Okay.
this was early in the season. This was with like Scadabo.
Okay, they won their first game and then.
Yeah,
Huh? Where's the second game? Oh, it's because I'm on this. Well, when was their second game, actually?
late in the season, I think.
Because I
Without
remember
without
they would
Scadabo
have that they would have had. Okay, so remember the Eagles rested every starter.
against the Commanders. Yeah.
Yes, yes. That
Yes,
would have been
yes.
plus one more win right there.
Okay, sure. Do I think the Commanders can still win that? Like, what's to say that they don't do the same thing this year?
Okay, I guess. Yeah.
So, okay, wait. You
Just
said they
if the
suit the
Eagles
Giants, right?
they shoot the Giants, yes.
Okay. Well, the Giants are the last game on their schedule this year.
Actually, whoa, whoa, you actually, uh, I could see a world where Eagles just rest their starters again, because that's what Nick Sirianni does.
I don't think
Shoot,
they're gonna be in a position to.
I think that would be, but like, what was his record last year? Actually,
The Giants,
the Eagles before that last game. Let me
11-5, I think.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, if it's gonna be like the same thing, so I think they rest their starters if that's the case. No,
I don't think they get to 11 wins by then.
I think they do, but yeah,
Okay, and that brings me to my last point, which is picking the division winners. I picked the Dallas Cowboys in this division. There's just
Dallas
too much.
Cowboys.
Mhm.
I'm never
There's just
just
too much
I
bad mojo
explain.
going on in the Eagles locker room right now. Um, you're losing. I think losing AJ Brown is way more significant than you think, and you have a new offensive
No,
coordinator.
no. Hey,
What was the joke last year?
losing.
What was the Eagles' game plan last year? What was the joke? Say
It
it
was run down the middle, run down the middle, run down the middle, deep bumps AJ Brown incomplete, and punt the ball over and
exactly.
over.
Well, you're not gonna go
Repeat.
deep. Well, I'll tell you this, okay? Instead of AJ Brown, deep ball, it's gonna be Devontae Smith deep ball incomplete, or Dontavian Wicks
No,
deep ball incomplete.
no. ROC is way much better. He's
Who?
not gonna get
Who?
hold on. What was his name? Shoot. It's like Mannion something, bro. Sean
Okay.
Mannion.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's about to be a lot smarter than the last offense coordinator. And yeah,
Yeah, where did he come from? You know where he came from?
Minnesota.
Mm-mm. You wish he came from Minnesota.
Where?
He was the quarterback's coach for the Green Bay Packers. I'm
Oh,
sure, I'm sure, bringing in the Green Bay Packers quarterback coach,
you're
right,
good.
is exactly what the Eagles needed. You know,
Packers.
guess who's
Jordan
been
Love.
I'll tell you this, okay? The
Mhm.
Packers they haven't had a single receiver have more than I think it was like 30% target share
Yeah,
since Devontae
yeah, agreed.
Adams.
Agreed.
When Devontae Adams was playing, Sean Mannion was also playing. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'll tell you this, if he's bringing that same philosophy to the Eagles, Dontavian Wicks, who was on the Packers last year, he knows exactly what's going to be happening. Everybody getting 2 targets a game
I
with
just
him.
realized, no, this is bad. Sean Mannion's from the Packers.
Yeah,
Tavian,
yeah.
you're, oh, we might be.
And I just told you they're the same height. So I know exactly what that game plan is going to be.
What's the game plan gonna be?
Saquon up the middle. Saquon up the middle.
See?
Dontavian Wicks
No, no,
deep
no, 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 no,
ball.
no.
Incomplete.
See, I'm taking Saquon Barkley in fantasy, so that might bring some good curse in to Saquon Barkley, like the
Who'd you take in
record-breaking
fantasy
Saquon.
last year again? Who'd you have in fantasy again last year? Who were your best players in fantasy last year?
Whoa, whoa! I think Justin Jefferson. That's
Oh, you're
because
right. You're right. Who else did you have on your team at the end of the year?
I don't know. Amara?
Yeah, guess what? Those you have in common.
What?
They didn't make the playoffs.
Bro, no,
Quite
no, no, no,
interesting, you know?
no, 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 no,
Very
no, no,
interesting.
no, 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 no. Listen to my point. Justin Jefferson, he had a bad, he had a
He
bad
had a what?
quarterback.
He
He
had
had
a
a
bad
bad quarter.
quarterback?
Yes, yes. JJ McCarthy, he had a terrible quarterback.
Okay.
So like,
What is your
it's
point
gonna be the
here?
total opposite this year. My point is that it's gonna be total opposite. Saquon Barkley, I'm gonna draft him this year, and he's gonna boom. He's gonna have
Right,
the
because
2,000 yard season.
now all of a sudden Jalen Hurts isn't gonna do the tush push, right? Now all of a
Shoot,
sudden, hey, last year the game plan was Saquon up the middle, Saquon up the middle. You're telling me it's not gonna be Saquon up the middle this year?
it is, but it's gonna work.
Oh, so now we're doing the exact same Kevin Fatula offense, expecting a different result.
Oh,
But you don't have
what
AJ Brown for the deep balls. Dontavian Wicks deep ball
Dontavian Wicks, bro. Like,
intercepted.
no, 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 no. It's not gonna get intercepted. The
Right, because
Eagles off. I mark my words. Eagles offense is gonna be a top borderline 15,
oh,
10 through
we're
15.
we're celebrating borderline 15.
No,
You
no,
go
no,
down to
no.
17, you're below average now, right?
No, 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 no. They're gonna be a top 10. Mark my word. They're gonna be a top 10 offense this year. The Philadelphia Eagles.
We went
No.
from borderline 15
Yeah,
to,
borderline to like top 10.
in what metric? Yards per game
Yeah, yeah.
or points?
And yards per game.
Yards per game?
Hmm.
Okay, let's go. Do you think the Cowboys have a better offense than the Eagles?
Shoot, we're playing this game?
Yeah, just we have some time, we have some time.
Yes, I think.
Okay.
I, I
Okay.
don't
What
want to
about the
say, but I think they
Rams?
do.
Rams?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Bears?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Lions?
Yes.
Bills?
Yes.
Um, I'm gonna skip the Niners because I don't think so. Broncos?
Yeah.
Okay. Jaguars?
No.
No? Give me a reason
No.
there. Not a big fan of
Hmm?
Travis Hunter. I don't. I kind of agree. Travis
No,
Hunter's
no,
not
no,
good.
no, no. I'm a huge fan of Travis Hunter, but I don't know about
Oh, not a
Trevor
big
Lawrence.
fan of Parker Washington.
No, no, no. I am, but I don't know if I
Oh, not
trust
a big
Trevor Lawrence.
fan. Trevor Lawrence. He's just like Jalen Hurts.
But worse than Jalen Hurts. Yes, I
Bengals
agree.
offense.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Oh no, who goes to Rams, Cowboys? Okay, Patriots offense.
No,
So you
no.
what's no there?
Ah, shit. What up? They have age. It'll be similar, but I'll lean towards the yes. I'll learn to yes, but
Okay.
it's
What
gonna be
about
a
the
little bit similar.
Seahawks? What about the Seahawks?
No, I don't think so. I think it's
Okay.
gonna be heavy defense.
Okay. Uh, Chargers?
I'm high on this Chargers offense this year.
I am
Yes.
too. Yeah. Okay, that's 11 teams right there.
I cut it. I cut it. No, no, no. But the Eagles are gonna press everybody offense wise, and the three cornerback Reek, Cooper DeJean, and Quinion's about to lock down everybody. So,
Do we just put Reek in the lockdown everybody tier?
yes, he is. He's about to lock down everybody. You know, Seahawks men are gonna be like, oh, I wish we had him.
I don't though. As a Seahawks fan, I don't wish we had him. I'm glad we don't have him.
No, 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 no. I know some Seahawks fans that want a Reek back for sure instead of Joe, but that's what it
Job
is.
locks up. Job locks up. Reek don't lock up at all.
Joe.
That's the
We
one
talking?
thing.
No, no, no. Reek's better than Joe, in my opinion.
No,
Yes, yes,
no.
yes.
I'm going down this rabbit hole, okay? Hold
Huh?
on.
Bro's bringing down the ranking. Uh-oh.
I want you to try to guess what Reek One's like rank out of cornerbacks last year for defensive grade was.
Like what his grade was, or what
What
his
his rank was. Like out of 114 qualified, what would you say Reek?
40, 40.
Is it lock or iffy on 40?
Lock.
Lock? You're sure?
Yes.
What if I told you he wasn't top 40?
Was he 60?
He was 60th.
And Joe was like 80th then.
Yeah, well, Job didn't play half the year.
Oh, because he was injured.
Is he a better, pass coverage guy or run defensive guy?
Who?
Reek.
Pass coverage now.
No. He's 60th in pass coverage.
Bro, what the heck? Yeah, see, like you know how people say stats lie sometimes? I think that's the case right now.
You're right. He
But
was
that's what it
way worse
is.
than 60th.
Huh? No,
Way
wait,
worse
wait.
than 60th.
I don't know. Way better. I think it was way better, but yeah.
How many interceptions do you think he had last year?
Three.
Man, he's gonna
What?
be big. He only had one last year.
You only had one last year?
Hmm.
The heck? Nah, he'll be back this season. Cooper DJ's gonna coach him up, we'll be good.
Ooh, 45th in receptions allowed.
Huh?
Top 40 in receptions allowed, I'll tell you that.
I ignored that then.
We'll see. I mean, if halfway through the year you're coming back, bro, I hate week one the same way you was hating what James Bradbury and who else was the guy?
I
Was
don't know. I
it
talk about
Adoree
them, bro.
Jackson?
No, I hated Adore Jackson
Adoree
and them, bro.
Jackson. Oh my God, who's the other guy? There was one other guy, bro.
Bro, no, bro. The week is not gonna be that bad. I'm telling you
He,
right now.
okay, you better hope not, because I have this on recording right now, bro.
He on like work. Mark my words. He's gonna be that better than Killian Ringo, and
Keely Ringo, that's the guy. Keely Ringo, bro. They got the same build, bro. Oh my
no, I
God,
hate
Keely
Killian Ringo.
Ringo, bro. Wait,
No, I hate Killian Ringo, bro. I blocked that guy in IG,
hold on,
bro.
hold
He's
on. No, 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 no,
worst
no.
center,
He gonna be
worst
in the same
cornerback,
Tobias. He in the same in Philly fans. Him and Tobias Harris, bro, together. Keely Ringo, 6'2", 207.
bro.
What's Reek?
Oh my God.
Oh, 6'4", 210. So they got the same dimensions, bro.
Reek is
What's
better.
what was it? Quinion Mitchell?
We're only running
Okay,
three
okay. See,
cornerback. We're
Quinion's 6 foot tall, 190, 193.
we're
Yeah,
running
we like
Quinyon, Cooper
Quinion.
DeJean, and Reek only, bro. If I see other people like Killian Ringo out there, I'm gonna get mad.
Oh yeah, Spoon, same thing. 6 foot tall, 185. Spoon and Quinion, they the right like, Rick one at 6'4", 210, bro. Him and Keely Ringo, like two peas in a pod, bro.
I better not see a Dory Jackson out there, bro.
What's Adoree Jackson size, bro?
He is.
Adoree
Oh,
Jackson, he's 6 foot, oh,
he's 5'11".
5'11". Okay. We might get some Adoree Jackson snaps.
No, I hate those cornerback, bro. They're so bad.
Let's see what the Eagles beat reporters say about Rick one. Oh, he met a legend.
He made a legend.
Yeah. Apparently he met. Let's see what we got. What we got?
Everybody loves new Eagle cornerback Rick Wallen.
Where you seen that? What's your
Bailey,
source?
Bailey voice.
Everybody loves like off the field, like oh he's a great guy, or like on the field.
There has been praise all around for the Eagles' biggest offseason six S signy.
Signee.
Yeah. I am I allowed to read this out loud?
Yeah, go ahead.
Nick Sirianni doesn't typically like signaling out players who are playing well in practice, but he made rare expectation for one and an interview ahead of Eagles training camp. Hold up. Uh, okay. It's out here. There are so many guys working there, butt off that I never want to be like, oh, this guy looks so good, and I didn't mention this guy, but Rick Olin, Rick Olin's about to ball out this year, bro. Come on now.
All right.
Coach is high on this guy. This
Okay.
guy's about to ball out. Unlike a Dory Jackson, bro. Get that guy out of here.
All right. Well, we're
And
gonna
like,
go through the North next episode where Justin's got another one of his teams on the list. Um,
yeah,
but till
but
then,
that team's winning the Super Bowl though. But yeah.
damn, the Packers are gonna win the Super Bowl. You heard it here
No,
first. Thank you guys
no,
for
no,
listening. We'll
no,
catch you guys
no,
next
no.
time.
F the Packers. I
Peace.